Going on, party people? It's Adriel here, and just letting you know that I'm back. It's been a interesting couple of weeks since I've last posted, um, but um, I'm I've done a little bit more thinking and put a little bit more thought into my videos, and I really want to go in a certain direction with these videos. Um, you know, but honestly, my holidays were great. Um, you know, only thing I can do is show gratitude for the good things that have, happened. Um, a lot of stressful moments as well, but of course with winter that is gonna come because a lot of people feel the depression set in, the anxiety set in, and everybody kind of gets a little antsy when it comes to winter time. So you know um I I really wanted to come into this new year with some new stuff, with some new changes to my life. Um, my I finally got over the gout. Getting gout, and I had to go to a foot and ankle specialist. Um, they helped me out so much. Thank you to them for real. If it wasn't for them, I'd probably still be dealing with gout, and I was probably almost 2 months in. So it was ridiculous. I'm now taking medicine to help with the gout, help with um my mental health as well. I hadn't been on medicine for probably 5 to 6 weeks. I had ran out, as well as I guess my doctor and CVS had a miscommunication. So it was really hard to kind of get through those weeks, but we got through them. We can get through anything. We're gonna keep the positivity rolling. You know, um, really, really trying to make this year my year. Um, Financially, physically, mentally, we're really pushing it this year. So, you know, short end goals is to move out from my parent-in-law's house. I'm grateful to them for allowing us to be here and allowing us to raise our daughter here for the most part. Um, but once you live with family for a little too long, start to stink. Something my dad used to say. But you just gotta. I don't know if that's the correct analogy, but you just gotta keep pushing, keep moving, keep grooving, and keep it going. Um, I really, I really want to stress to people out there that living with a mental health issue can be really hard. You know, um, I'm going through anxiety, depression, as well as schizophrenia. Um, I myself have been having a rough time lately. So honestly, just try your best to go out. When you go out, try your best to be calm, cool, collected, and think about what the next person may be going through. You know, you might never know what the next person is going through, especially during these holidays. Missing loved ones, um, you know, going through hard times in terms of being able to give or provide for family. Because let me tell you, I'm right now looking for employment. I was with UPS for a little bit, but because of the gout, they had to let me go. Um, so I'm looking for employment again. It's been hard, but again, we're gonna keep positive. Gonna keep uh the motion in the ocean going. That's it. Just keep the motion in the ocean going. But um, living with schizophrenia has really taught me that you have to learn to persevere. You know, um, going through it as a new father um, is a whole different story. I would say, you know, anybody that has schizophrenia can tell you that it's a hard journey to go through. Um, you know, having to do certain things to really keep you in line with what reality is, with how reality is actually playing out. Um, I thank God and I thank the universe that I have my wife that, you know, for the most part is my anchor. She can help me out from time to time, but it takes a lot of determination, it takes a lot of willpower to understand that you have an illness and understand that you have this this issue that is essentially disrupting your life. It's disrupting your life. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people have audio, the audio of their life disrupted, the visuals of their life disrupted, the mental clarity of their life disrupted. My daughter's 9 months old now, right? From time to time, I will have my visions and I will have my schizophrenic episodes. Um, and it happens really, really, honestly, more than time from time to time. It happens probably 10 times a day. You know what I mean? And I could be making a bottle for her, and I have to do certain things in my mind and do certain things physically in order to make sure that I do 3 scoops instead of 4 or 2 scoops instead of 3. You know what I mean? If she's doing 4 ounces or 6 ounces in her bottle. Um, just because I'll get so distracted from these visuals and from these audible, uh, hallucinations and visuals and visions. I call them visions. It's hard. It's really hard. So, but like I said, I have a few hacks, a few hacks here and there that help me with things like that. So I will audibly count out how many scoops I'm doing, and then I will tap on the table how many times I've done a scoop to kind of help me keep in track and keep in line my reality versus my visions. Um, my visions get really intense and really accurate. Um, I could be, you know, I could be doing scoops of the formula, and all of a sudden I go into a disorientating vision, that has to do with my daughter or has to do with my wife. And I have to physically go and check and make sure they're okay because I'm, going through it mentally. So, same thing with when I'm at work. It I have to do these hacks, or I have to make up a hack in order to get certain things done throughout the day. Um, it's really interesting, but I'm gonna stick with being a father, right? Being a father with schizophrenia, it's it's interesting because you know I have to think about so many other things while I'm taking care of my daughter, right? And right now, my wife is working, so I'm taking care of my daughter full time. So there's so many steps and so many things that I have to get done in a certain way in order for me to get it done correctly and know that I got it done correctly. I have this great app that my wife put me on to actually. I forget exactly the name. I think they changed the name halfway through or something like that. But it allows me to log um, diaper changes, if she pooped or peed, how many ounces of formula she may have had, or I can log solid food that she's had as well. So that's really awesome, and that helps me out a lot when I'm taking care of her. Um, Again, it's hard because I have to make sure that I actually do the logging because I'll get distracted from a vision and think that I did the logging, but I actually didn't. But that's a whole nother little stressor. But I use it, and it's a great tool that helps me out for sure. Um what do you call it? Having fun with my daughter while having schizophrenia. Um so sometimes when I have these visions, I end up in a kind of frozen state, um almost like a paralyzed state, and it'll just look like I'm blanked out and like out of it, but I'm just in my own mind essentially. um and so when I'm having fun with her and trying to entertain her and educate her, that's another time where I have to use these hacks where I I'll go through the vision, so I'll be paralyzed there for a second, but I I'm I'm still able to hold on to her. I'm still able to do the things that I want to do, like read a book with her. But for her, it just takes a second, and I'm just like, all right, let's restart, let's get this going, and we'll play with these. So, um, it's uh, it's hard. It's hard to say the least, but you know, um, I'm taking medicine now again. I got back in touch with my psychiatrist, and she's sending in the the prescriptions for me to take my medicine. Um, as well as I've been having a therapist for probably the past few weeks, probably past 5 weeks or so. Um, she's been helping me out tremendously. She's a great listener, and she's now has me working on goals in terms of my me working on my mental health, trying not to be so sedentary, having a sedentary life. Um, really making sure that I'm having accountability for myself, as well as having accountability for making these videos. She wants me to make 2 videos a week, and that's what I'm gonna do. I might even make more. I know I've been lacking, I've been slacking, but I have to get these videos in, not just for you all, but for myself as well. You know, just because I enjoy making these videos. I enjoy really thinking about uh and confronting really my thought processes, as well as my 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 thought processes, as well as just confronting what I'm thinking about in the moment and what I'm thinking about in terms of my schizophrenia and how I can help myself and gain more traction in my life. So these videos are really helping me out. Um, and honestly, if you have mental health issues, um, I know it's hard to really bring it up and be public about it, but speak to somebody, talk to someone, talk to a loved one, talk to a friend, try talking to a stranger if you don't have that anxiety about, having to be social, you know. Try talking to someone and seeing if you can, you know, kind of let go and confront these issues that you have, and this is just coming from a fellow person dealing with mental health issues. um Talk to somebody about it, even if you feel like you don't want to go public, or you don't want to, you know speak to somebody and think that they're going to judge you. Get a therapist. you know Try your best to get a therapist, whether it's free or whether it's one of these online programs or what have you. Just talking to anybody would be a great beneficial help to you, I believe. Okay. um all of my fathers out there, man, it's hard. It's hard being a father. It's hard being a dad. It's hard being that person that the rest of the family leans to, you know. This is for my dads out here, I want you to keep going, keep trying. Um I know a lot of I know a lot of guys out there that have children and don't spend the time with them that they should, and don't spend as much of their mind, or as much of their soul, as much of their being at being a father. To those guys, I gotta say, we gotta step it up. We gotta step it up, you know, because no one's gonna raise these kids but us, you know? No one's gonna raise these kids but us. So if if you don't raise your kids with integrity and discipline, you know, it's just gonna be a loss of a generation. You know what I mean? Um, I've been listening to a lot of YouTube channels that speak on fatherhood and speak on being a dad and being a man, right? Um, there's a lot there. Sometimes I gotta filter out some things that I don't agree with. That I just feel like, is toxic masculinity. But at the same time, there's a lot of things that you have to agree that masculinity provides, and we need, you know. Um so I believe that, you know, being a father, especially being a father with mental health issues, I have to work extra hard. I have to do my best to make sure that my daughter is going to grow up to be the best person that she can be. Is going to grow up to be the best version of herself that she can be. To grow up so that she knows that even if she struggles a little bit, it's good to struggle, to learn from the struggle in order to grow. Right? Um there's there's so much that goes into being a father. You know, you when it comes down to when it comes down to the societal pressure, the family pressure, there's a lot that comes with being a dad. But if you're able to get through that, rise above, and effectively effectively establish yourself as a father and execute with grace, there's no way that you can be there's no way that you can be a father that isn't doing his job. You know what I mean? If you're executing with grace, showing your child how to live their life with dignity, and showing them a moral compass, there's nothing that, you know what I mean? There's nothing that anyone can say. Um, I just want to say that I appreciate all the dads out there that are actually sticking by their kids, sticking by their families, trying to grow, trying to learn. Because when you're a dad, you're always learning. You're always learning. I'm only 9 months in, and I can say that I've learned so much, right? About myself, about my daughter, about being a dad, about being a dad to a daughter. I've learned so much and realized so much. So, you know, um, thank you guys for sticking with my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for listening to me and hearing me out. Um, I truly appreciate you all. And again, to my fathers, shout out to all the fathers out there, doing their thing. All right. Love you guys.